How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout, the YouTube show where you subscribe for the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency news. And today, the most relevant topic I think to talk about is going to be DigiByte. I'm sure you're all familiar by now with this article right here, IBM's new blockchain problem, and really this is a good advertisement for DigiByte, I think, right in the public conversation. Especially this tweet definitely does pronounce it pretty articulately, talking about the beauty of decentralized technology and how blockchain platforms like, quote, DigiByte and apps built on top of it will stand the test of time. And realistically, that's what's on DigiByte's side, I would say. I found this news article from News BTC to be particularly interesting. Of the day's news, engineers are leaving Silicon Valley firms to crypto, and saying this is a sign of demand. I'd say this is a sign of the times too. And of course, DigiByte first listing partner on upcoming Euro exchange, very exciting. Also, this was interesting, new DigiByte coin advertisement, cut out fees on credit cards with DGB. This is going to be interesting as well, I think. A lot of very interesting developments happening when you pay attention to what's happening, involving how DigiByte is really revolutionizing the way that people are going to be interfacing with these different variables as things continue to move forward. And I definitely say, things like this, China was right to be wary of Bitcoin. Definitely, interesting to see the culmination of how these variables interconnect. In particular, when we have the perspective of time. Time definitely shows all the different things that were happening. Someone told you about Bitcoin in 2012. You did not listen. I'm telling you about DigiByte now. Don't make the same mistake. That's a funny meme right there. I'll definitely retweet that. But it goes without saying, I definitely think that the word needs to be spread about DigiByte, and the potential that's made about DigiByte, and moving forward, I think that it is an interesting technology to be paying attention to. For instance, if what these engineers at Silicon Valley are doing and seeking out for their jobs, I think that it's certainly an indication of where all these people wouldn't be moving over to cryptocurrency if there wasn't going to be some sort of big influx and movement and paradigm shift, as we've been talking about, that sort of movement upwards. So when we talk about the market cap being where it is at 208, honestly, it's interesting to see people who get distracted by what the day's outlook are and fail to have a vision of the future, because realistically, when it comes to the internet, the future is unfolding right now. The days of the future happening sometime in the future are actually gone. The internet rapidly accelerates everything, so the internet is actually having the future unfold in real time, if that makes sense. Then sort of this quote unquote after the crypto craze kicked off, numerous investors such as this individual and decided to leave their former position and try their luck in the crypto space. So if these people are worth their salt, it definitely be some sort of indication, if you care about their opinions, that is. But yeah, world's largest crypto exchange, yada yada, and all quiet on crypto front from and Bitcoin, all these different things. So Coinbase fires 15 employees. It's a normal day, I'd say. So I'd personally say that DigiByte's probably the most relevant cryptocurrency to be talking about, especially in the light of all the different issues that we've been seeing happening with the Facebook experiment. And I call it the Facebook experiment because that's really what it is. Facebook was a prototype, really the ground floor of seeing what's possible. And it really, the failure that is Facebook is going to be a huge lesson that needs to be learned across the board. And in part, I think that DigiByte is on the front lines as far as having the ability to essentially benefit from the failure that will essentially be Facebook's decline at the hands of the basic flaw, the centralized storage of data, leaving Facebook prone to all these different problems that involve hackers and and all these different problems that essentially, I don't know, and then Facebook essentially has their own problems with trying to run their own website, it seems like, taking down all these pages, and really it spoils the way that all these different people who use the platform, they don't feel good about it anymore. And we see, I mean, this is a CNBC article right here, Facebook just continually running into different problems. But I mean, where there's always who uses Facebook anyway? I honestly think Facebook's essentially a thing of the past, but it is a good segue into talking about how DigiByte stands to really reshape the space and how a lot of people view the internet. And essentially, I think that it's a good place to start. So when we talk about the different developments that DigiByte's been making, I think that it really is very obvious that DigiByte's one of those technologies that has a team working behind it, similar to a group of people that's working with technology and has an idea of where things are going to be going in the future. It seems as if they're have that sort of vision of how these, because when we talk about Bitcoin and the competition that is the current climate of the cryptocurrency space, branding does have a big does play a lot into it. I mean, one of the conversations that we always talk about on here is the fact that not only are regulations going to be a big variable as we move forward and we see the cryptocurrency space developing and moving forward in its own way, but at the same time, it's the fact that Bitcoin sort of is a household name. So we're going to be exploring a lot of the different intricacies and minute variables that a lot of other people ignore, that I think are really going to be insurmountable growing variables that are going to be playing a huge role in the future developments of cryptocurrency. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the certain different news articles that have been released regarding DigiByte. I think that that's a good place to start. So a few news articles that I found worth mentioning. One by Today's Gazette talking about how DigiByte looks to profit from some later developments, and this one by CryptoVest, DigiByte technical analysis, the standard sort of news articles that you'd always see. But this one, of course, drew my attention. It's a little bit old by now, but it still holds true to talk about DigiByte getting closer to mass adoption. And I think that mass adoption is definitely a key fundamental talking point, and it's going to be the cryptocurrencies that are making those strives forward as far as regulations go, and from that data analytical sort of usage side, all these different things are relevant. And when we talk about that old saying about like the Bitcoin fees and the Bitcoin speed, and how DigiByte outperforms it on all these levels, it is a wonder to see the evaluation. I mean, a Bitcoin going for $6,000 when DigiByte's going where it is, and it definitely does speak to the market that we're in and the way that different people sort of view these different variables, and the way that the international mentality and sort of the way that but I think that DigiByte certainly does stand on that global scale of having that leverageability, and certainly from the angle of the fact that now with the internet and all these different variables of the decentralized possibilities of DigiByte, I think a lot of different things can be built using this vision. And I think that it really is a look into how things are going to be functioning in the future and how they're going to need to function. As always, you know how I always like to give a shout out to different YouTubers. So today we were actually going to be giving a shout out to BitBoy Crypto. This video which discusses the potential of seeing DigiByte listed on Binance, and I think this is definitely an interesting video for everybody to check out. So I'll definitely be including a link to that listed down in the description below if you're interested in learning more about that topic. But all that being said, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and of course, if you guys are interested, you can connect with us on Twitter. That's at CryptoTuber. We'll be including a link to the Twitter down in the description below. And if you're also interested, comment down below letting us know what you think about DigiByte. And remember, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. This this video is just my opinion about DigiByte, and of course I'm not your dad. This isn't any sort of advice, but all that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and if you're interested, you guys can subscribe to the channel. We're actually recently reaching a milestone of trying to reach 30,000 subscribers, so if you guys are interested in helping out the cause, joining the team, we're always happy to have you come on board. So all that being said, we're going to be doing more live streams in the future, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this content, and see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.